My name is Duddy, set up builds and stuff. This video today is going to be about a possible future meta with the mighty D.A.R.C. D.A.R.C. right now isn't a very good top pick, but the perk and the actual sniper is getting a buff for next season. So the video is going to be about D.A.R.C. and the personal assistant and the exotic trait target acquired. We're also going to be featuring precision instrument snipers, which will pair excellent with this buff, and some other snipers as well. I've got a firing line on there and things like that. But firstly, one of the strongest DPS options that I've found for snipers at the moment is Sanguine Alchemy. We'll also be talking about that, paired up with a precision instrument weapon. But for now, we'll break it down. D.A.R.C., personal assistant, aim at an enemy to view its health and other critical information in the scope. It's also got the exotic trait on their target acquired. When personal assistant is active, this weapon has better target acquisition, it deals significantly more precision damage, and it jolts the target. This is already pretty decent. It's never actually been meta, but this is actually getting buffed, which we'll go into in a moment. And it's also got a catalyst on there, which buffs the stability out to 95. But this is what it does. You literally aim at a target and it will give information. It'll say how many meters you're away from the target. It'll also reveal the health, etc, etc. It's used quite a lot for like testing purposes, I think. Like at the moment, it's not really ever been like a DPS sort of meta. But like I said, Bungie are changing it. They basically go on to say D.A.R.C. has sort of struggled to compete with its exotic brethren. So we are taking a stab at building a niche for it in a fire team in the way Gjallarhorn and the Ergo Sum have found for their respective weapon types. So basically what they're saying is, if you ever use the Gjallarhorn, that's got the Wolfpack rounds on there. I'm not saying this is going to get Wolfpack rounds, but it's going to have a similar, very similar sort of like use. You're going to be able to aim with the sniper, and this will buff other users using snipers. So basically, what's going to happen when the Heresy DLC comes out, it's going to improve the recoil, target acquisition, handling and precision damage for teammates when somebody else is running this sniper. The D.A.R.C. stacks up to 5. D.A.R.C. also gets to buff itself. So you're going to buff you, you're going to buff your teammates, and it's also going to give the D.A.R.C. user an extra 15% damage as well. But I'm not sure if it's going to be 15% for your teammates. We'll have to find out, because it says here, shots with the personal assistant active grant you and nearby allies improved overall weapon performance and precision damage with other exotic snipers. So bear in mind, it does have to be a non-exotic sniper. And it says the D.A.R.C. user also gets a 15% damage increase. So it could be more for your teammates and 15% for you. I guess we'll just have to find out. But first of all, the thing that straight away come to mind was a rift on the Void subclass with Child of the Old Gods, because you're going to give your teammates, if you are using D.A.R.C., don't forget, you're going to give your teammates them Void Souls. That will add a 15% weakening on there. So that's like the very first thing that come to mind. Adding a bit of weakening on top of that. Now we've got other options for weakening as well in the game, but I just found Child of the Old Gods and D.A.R.C. could be a potentially extremely viable setup. So basically just put your rift down, and then Void Souls are going to travel. You're going to be giving your teammates the X amount damage buff that D.A.R.C.'s getting, plus yourself as well, don't forget, once you get a 5-stack going. So Void Souls plus some other ways of weakening the game could be a very good option. Now I just want to say as well, I'm going to be focusing on a couple of snipers and a couple of perks. These perks I believe will be the best to pair with D.A.R.C. But first I just want to talk about the sort of main one, I think, which will be exceptional because it's already pretty good now. I'm talking about the Garden of Salvation sniper, the Omniscient Eye with precision instrument. This is currently bugged at the moment. It's only craftable the normal version, which gives you 25% precision instrument, but the enhanced version does give you 30%. This sniper, I've done a video on this a couple of times this season, and it's an absolute beast. This paired up with Sanguine Alchemy is just an absolute DPS monster, because what Sanguine Alchemy does, it gives you a ×4 weapon surge with a weapon that matches the element type of your super. So if you put a rift down when you're on a solar subclass, it's going to give you ×4 weapon surge straight off the bat. And even if you put your well down, that also gives you a ×4 weapon surge. Now, that's absolutely crazy because it stacks with other things in the game like Radiant and Weakening. So if you can imagine, you've got your ×6 precision instrument going, you've got one of your teammates running D.A.R.C.I, and maybe a bit of Weakening, you're going to get some absolutely monumental sniper DPS with this setup. So D.A.R.C.I, get your exotic trait active, precision instrument, standing a well, you've got your ×4 weapon surge, going a bit of Weakening possibly. It's going to be absolutely huge. And like I said, I did a video on this sniper not so long back and Sanguine Alchemy separately, and this is already very, very strong for a sniper DPS setup. Extremely, extremely viable right now. So God knows what it's going to be like when somebody in your teammate is running the buffed D.A.R.C.I. This could be a really, really strong DPS meta in my opinion. And we may even get some sniper seasonal artifact perks as well, so that's another thing to keep an eye out for. But don't worry if you haven't got the Garden of Salvation weapon, we've got some other options. Izumi RR4, this can also roll precision instrument, so you've got covered on that. We've also got void options with precision instrument as well, Sovereignty from Onslaught, and we've also got Embraced Identity with precision instrument from the Pale Heart. So there's loads of different options. Obviously this video at the moment I've focused on precision instrument. I've got some other perks that could be good, but I do think precision instrument will be the sort of best option, getting a 25 or 30% damage increase plus all the D.A.R.C.I stuff going on and a possible weakening on top of that as well. Especially the solo version on the well, I think it could be absolutely exceptional. As I mentioned, I've sort of focused on precision instrument at the moment, but I've also got some other snipers and some other perks to consider. It doesn't have to be precision instrument, I just think that will be the best one. But like I said, there's some really, really exceptional snipers with all different types of perks in the game. For example, Thoughtless Firing Line. This gives you a 20% damage increase when 2 or more allies are nearby. That's a solid option. Kinetic Tremors Supremacy is also a very good option. The D.A.R.C.I could actually improve Kinetic Tremors. That's something I don't know. We're going to have to check that out. Could possibly be the case. So we'll have to check it out. There's loads and loads of different options. Like I said, Izumi, Supremacy, Omniscient Eye, Izumi. And I really do think it's about time we had an actual sniper DPS meta. The only thing snipers really at the moment is like whisper DPS, things like that. I really miss landing them crits on boss DPS, and I do believe snipers should be rewarded with a bit more of a damage increase, especially because you're landing precision hits. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.